Hello, my name is Alexis McDaniel and welcome to the Queen's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Phil-Cheesy chicken enchiladas. What is going to be involved in it is we have chicken and various different vegetables as well as spices. Now the topping that goes for the sauce is not kind of your typical red sauce, it's actually going to be a green sauce because we're using tomatillas. So let's go ahead and get started. First I'm going to talk about the chicken. Now you can use various different types of chicken. If you already want to get store-bought, already cooked chicken, you can do that. Or if you have any leftover chicken from a previous day you've cooked or any rotisserie chicken, you can go ahead and use that. What I've done is I've taken 3 chicken breasts, I've marinated them and cooked them. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over to what I've done. The chicken here, like I said, I've already cooked it. I marinated it in cumin, lime juice, salt, and cilantro, just to give it a little bit of a spicy, not a spicy flavor, but kind of a zest to it. And so I've baked that about 5 minutes on each side until the chicken is well done, and then come over here and chopped it up. So we're going to use this as the filling. Now, also what I've already done is broiled the vegetables that we're going to use for the sauce. So as you can see here, I have about 1.5 pounds of tomatillas. I also have red onions that I've only used 1/2, and I've also broiled it as well. And then I have serrano chilies. Let's go ahead and get started cooking. I am going to use the pan that I cooked the chicken in just because it has a little bit of flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to medium heat. What I'm going to do is take a tablespoon of butter and begin to melt it. And once it starts melting, then I'm going to add my onions. What I've done is just take 1 medium yellow onion and chopped it up. So once this gets melted, I'm going to go ahead and add it, and then I'm going to saute the onion and basically till it's translucent. So it'll just be about 3 or 4 minutes, not even that much, until it gets to that point. And so while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and get together the rest of the ingredients. And so what we're going to do for this sauce, obviously we have the chicken that we've already seasoned, so we're going to get that and throw that in here. We're also going to put a little bit of cilantro as well as some lime juice. And then for the cheesy part of it, we're going to put some cheddar cheese. I've already gone ahead and grated the cheese. Right here we have about 3 cups. We need a little bit left over for the topping of it, so we're going to use about 2 cups. And go ahead and put that in to make it nice and cheesy. And then of course the final special ingredient is going to be our Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to, I've just taken 1 8-ounce package, kind of cut it up a little bit so it cooks faster, and then I'm going to put that in as well. Okay, so our onions are sauteing great. I'm going to go ahead and grab my chicken and put it into the pan. Get some nice flavoring from the onions, as well as what I seasoned the chicken in. All of those juices are still in the pan, so the onions have the taste of it, and it definitely smells really good. So I've put all of my chicken in there. I'm going to just kind of mix it around a little bit. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I have 1/2 of a lime. I'm just going to spread a little bit of lime juice. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is get my cheddar cheese. Like I said, remember, we need a little bit left over for the end just to put it on top. And then the last thing is the cream cheese. So now while you're mixing this all together, make sure you're standing right over it. Don't just leave it alone and let it melt, because you want to make sure that it's not sticking to the pan, and you want to stir it so that you get just an even consistency. We've gone ahead and cooked our chicken and mixed together all of the cheese. We have a great consistency, nice and smooth, everything's melted. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off of the heat, and we're going to leave this to the side until we're ready to fill the tortillas. I'm going to go ahead and start on my sauce. Now, like we said, I have the tomatillas, the nice little green tomatoes, my red onion, and my chilies. So all I'm going to do is put them into my food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender. You get the same result. And I'm just going to blend it until I get a nice, smooth consistency. The other couple ingredients that I'm going to put in are my sugar. I have just basically a pinch of sugar. Depending on how sweet you like your sauce, you can obviously put more or less, but I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in. And then just some salt, really about a tablespoon of salt. You don't really need much more than that. And then I have a ½ cup of chicken broth. You can obviously get just some store-bought chicken broth. I've actually made my own here, but I'm going to pour that in as well. And then the last little ingredient that I'm going to put in is some cilantro. So I just have a pinch of cilantro. And then I'm going to mix it up. So now we have our sauce ready, we have our chicken ready, and we have our tortillas ready. So let's go ahead and mix them all together. What I've done is I have taken a 9x13 pan and put some olive oil on the bottom just so everything doesn't stick together. And what I'm going to do is take my enchiladas, my tortillas, and go ahead and make my enchiladas. And grab a spoon really quick so I can go ahead and spoon in my mixture. The chicken mixture that we made, which is nice and creamy and cheesy. And if you want, of course if you like a lot of cheese, after you put your mixture in, if you want to add a little additional cheese on top, or if you want to put some cilantro on top, you can do that as well. Since we did already put a lot of cheese in it, I'm not going to do that. But as you can see, I've gone ahead and spooned in the mixture, and I'm just going to wrap it up and put it into my baking dish. So we have one nice little enchilada. Now we've gone ahead and put all of our mixture into 6 enchiladas. Now what I'm going to do is just bring my pan over to where my sauce is. And before I put my sauce on, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on each one of the enchiladas. This is just going to help it brown while it's cooking. So it's nice and crunchy, and it has just a good texture to it. So it's not just a soft tortilla. It'll give it just a little bit of extra crunch. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to put our mixture on. And all you're going to do is just pour the mixture all over the top. Now of course it's going to want to go down to the bottom of the enchilada, so sometimes you just need to get a spoon and kind of, once you poured it all in, just spoon some more on the top so that it fully covers all of the enchiladas. This just helps it when it's baking and just give everything the full flavor that it needs. Now, what we're going to do is take the remainder of the cheese that we had that we didn't use in our mixture, just spread it all on top. And what we want when we are going to cook this, we're not going to cover it because we want that cheese to get nice and melty and melt all over the enchiladas. Okay, great. And then just a little last touch, a little bit of cilantro, just sprinkle it on top. A little bit more. Okay, great. So we have our enchiladas. Now what I've gone ahead and done is preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to put it into the oven and have it bake for about 20 minutes. We have our Phil-Cheesy chicken enchilada, fully garnished, well prepared. I'm going to take a little bite out of it. I'm going to go ahead and take a nice little bite. Should be nice and warm. It seems nice and gooey as well. Very good. All of the cheeses make it nice and creamy, and then you have the tomatillo sauce on top, and it just gives you kind of a extra little flavoring at the very end of it. That's our Phil-Cheesy chicken enchiladas. Thank you very much for joining us and making a royal meal, and we'll see you soon.